There, guys. So we're going to start with lesson C. What do you see on the screen? Can you repeat to me, please?
A guy.
A guy. And what is he doing?
Smiling, agreeing something. I
Smiling.
don't know.
Yes. What is the title of the lesson?
I do like
Lesson C.
it.
I do like it. All right. What do you think of this expression? I do like it. Is that a normal expression?
That's very common.
It's very common. What about this? I do like it. Is that very common?
Kind of.
I'm sorry, can you repeat that, Dario?
Kind of.
Kind of, yeah, it's not as common, huh? We have a conversation strategy class. What are the people doing?
They're discussing something.
Yes, they are having a conversation, right? And today we're going to study a conversation strategy, emphasizing ideas. All right, so first of all, before we get started with the topic, what do you see in the picture?
There is a girl skimming a book.
Good, a girl skimming a book. Do you guys like to read?
Yes.
Yes, we do like it.
Awesome, awesome, mister, thank you. How about writing?
Not as much.
Not as much. Leslie?
Yes, I like them.
Okay. In the last day, in the last 24 hours, how many different things have you read or written?
Oh, that's a good
It's a
question.
good question.
On my way here, I was reading part of a chapter of a book,
Okay.
and that's it, I
And
think.
that's it. What about you, Leslie?
Mm, Well, a lot.
Yes, that's
Yeah,
good.
I don't know. No, it's for school.
Can you repeat that, please?
It's for school.
Ah, it's for school.
Yeah,
What
but
about-
I start to read a book when Dario recommended me.
Oh, that's right. I remember.
Yeah. But
What is that book?
the three body. I don't remember the
The
name.
three body problem, yes.
Yeah, the three body problems. But let me. I don't put in PDF in PDF.
You downloaded it. You downloaded it in PDF format.
In PDF format, but it was the one.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
That's too bad.
I was reading a physics book.
Well, keep looking, okay? Or maybe
Yeah.
Dario can help you find it.
No,
about-
I found it yesterday.
You found it. Awesome. You found it. What about how many different things have you guys written?
The social media accounts.
Yes, it does.
Well, that's one of them.
Yeah. So what did you write on the social media? A letter, an article.
Things that my friends post on Facebook.
So you wrote a comment, or
Right.
maybe many
A
comments.
comment. A lot of comments.
A lot of comments on Facebook. Okay, mister, thank you. What about you, Leslie?
I do some essays for my school.
What did you write? Can you repeat that, please?
Essay.
An essay.
Essay.
An essay for
An
you.
essay.
You
No,
wrote
because are some, so some essay.
I'm not sure. An essay for school or essays or articles, one of the two.
Yeah, articles. Some articles.
article.
Sorry.
An article for school. That's very good. That's very good. Thank you very much. Okay, now look at all these people. They are writing, they are reading. Do your friends or people you know read or write a lot?
No, at all.
No, Leslie, what about you?
I have some friends who like writing.
Nice. What about this picture? What do you see? Are they reading or writing?
They're writing, they're typing.
They're
something.
typing. Yeah, you think they're typing? What do you think, Leslie?
Maybe the bot.
Maybe. I think they're playing video games. But maybe they are typing. You are correct. So is our ability to read or write decreasing, do you think?
Yeah, I think.
You do think it's decreasing? What about you, Dario?
Yes, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, you think so? All right.
Yeah.
So without looking at your books, I want you to look at the picture I have for you and listen to a professor and class talk about the subject. Yeah, the topic, reading and writing. Okay, let's listen to them, please.
Not long ago, they were predicting that because of the increase in phone and computer use, people would stop reading and writing, but we haven't. In fact, we're reading and writing more than we did. So, are there implications of this for literature? And if so, what?
Yes, well, it does seem that with social media, everybody's writing something these days, like blogs and check-ins and status updates. I know I am.
Which is a good thing. I mean, I do like the fact that anyone can write a blog. It makes writing, well, more democratic somehow.
I do think, though, that it gives the impression that anybody can be a writer. But doesn't it take talent to be a good writer? And if not, then does that mean anything goes?
Yes, nowadays anyone can publish a novel online, but how do you know if it's any good? How do we evaluate it?
Do you need to, though? I think the real problem is with nonfiction. I mean, how do you determine what information you read on the internet is accurate and reliable?
Yes, indeed. That's just as important, if not more important.
All right, guys. So did you hear to the audio? Okay. Was it understandable?
Yes, it was.
All right. Now the question is, what views are mentioned? Do you agree with anyone?
What do you mean by views?
Views? Maybe
Yes.
standpoints or maybe opinions?
Okay, okay, I see.
Yes. What
Yes.
views?
The idea that everyone is reading and writing more than ever because of social media, because of the internet.
Yes.
But I agree with it. But I also agree with what someone said about the quality of what is written on those platforms.
Awesome. So you're answering the last question, with whom? We don't know the names, but you are mentioning the ideas. What
Right.
about you, Leslie?
Sorry, I have my connection, so I can hear.
Would you like to listen again, guys?
Yes.
All right, let's listen one more time and check the questions, the answers to these questions.
Not long ago, they were predicting that because of the increase in phone and computer use, people would stop reading and writing, but we haven't. In fact, we're reading and writing more than we did. So, Are there implications of this for literature? And if so, what?
Yes, well, it does seem that with social media, everybody's writing something these days, like blogs and check-ins and status updates. I know I am.
Which is a good thing. I mean, I do like the fact that anyone can write a blog. It makes writing, well, more democratic somehow.
I do think, though, that it gives the impression that anybody can be a writer. But doesn't it take talent to be a good writer? And if not, then does that mean anything goes?
Yes, nowadays anyone can publish a novel online, but how do you know if it's any good? How do we evaluate it?
Do you need to, though? I think the real problem is with nonfiction. I mean, how do you determine what information you read on the internet is accurate and reliable?
Yes, indeed. That's just as important, if not more important.
All right. And Lisette is back. Hi, Lisette. Is your computer working okay now? Ariadna?
Yeah, I'm back right now. So sorry for the delay. Which is the page, please?
Not yet. We are not opening the book quite yet, but in just a little second, okay?
Okay.
So the questions are that out of the audio, what you heard, what you were listening to, what views are mentioned? Do you agree with anyone and with whom?
Okay. Thank you.
What about you, Leslie?
There are some different about one is online let us to have a lot wet. So in fact, people are writing a lot,
People are writing a lot? Okay.
but at the same time, there are others who think what evaluate if you are writing right.
Okay. Do you agree with anybody?
With the guy who said what determine who evaluate.
What or
Something
who?
like
Who,
that.
who
Who evaluate?
determines
Who determines?
how to evaluate it, right?
Yeah, right.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Liz, did you catch anything?
No, I just log in at the.
Yeah, I know. It's okay. Now let's open our books, page 16. No, not page 16, page 14. Page 14, please.
Okay.
Or just look at my the presentation, okay? I have the story right here. All you gotta do is listen and read at the same time, okay?
Not long ago, they were predicting that because of the increase in phone and computer use, people would stop reading and writing. But we haven't. In fact, we're reading and writing more than we did. So, are there implications of this for literature? And if so, what?
Yes, well, it does seem that with social media, everybody's writing something these days, like blogs and check-ins and status updates. I know I am.
Which is a good thing. I mean, I do like the fact that anyone can write a blog. It makes writing, well, more democratic somehow.
I do think, though, that it gives the impression that anybody can be a writer. But doesn't it take talent to be a good writer? And if not, then does that mean anything goes?
Yes, nowadays anyone can publish a novel online, but how do you know if it's any good? How do we evaluate it?
Do you need to, though? I think the real problem is with nonfiction. I mean, how do you determine what information you read on the internet is accurate and reliable?
Yes, indeed. That's just as important, if not more important.
Okay, there is the audio and there is the dialogue. So let's discuss the questions. What views are mentioned? To start, we have here the professor says that they were predicting that people would stop reading and writing. Yes. Another view, we haven't. Or
Because we're reading and writing more than
more
we did
than
before.
we did. Yes. What other views? What other views are expressed?
Everybody writing with social media, everybody is writing something these days.
With social media, everybody's writing something. Very good. Yes. Another view? Darío, Leslie, Ariadna, you too, everybody. Another view, another idea, another standpoint or opinion.
Well,
I do like the fact that anyone can write a blog.
So another idea, anyone can write a blog. Yes, mister?
that's exactly what I was going to say.
All right, good, good. So we're looking at the same thing. Is there something else or is that it?
There is something else. I don't know how to pronounce the name. Tariq,
Tariq, yes.
right?
Yeah.
Makes a question of how do we evaluate the novels that people publish online? Right?
Nice. So how do we evaluate a novel online, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's
Then
another
Yolanda says,
standpoint.
well, right. Yolanda says that that is not as important as nonfiction, right?
Very good. So
I
the
don't
real
think so.
problem is with nonfiction. Thank you. Yes, Leslie, go ahead.
It gives the impression that anybody can be a writer. Doesn't need take talent to be a good writer.
Okay, so that means it takes talent to be a good writer then. That's the idea, right?
Right.
Is there anything else? Okay, I will share with you one more idea. Information on the internet is accurate and reliable. That's another point. That's another view, isn't it?
Yes.
All right, then we can have a couple more. We can have a couple more views, but right now, for now, this is really good. The next question is, do you agree with anyone?
I'm agree with, despite of the fact that everybody can write some kind of blog, not everybody is capable to be a good writer.
Who says that?
Ariadna.
No. Yolanda or Elena or the professor?
Professor.
The professor. This, can you repeat to me? Can you repeat to me, please, what you just said?
Yeah, already mentioned, despite of the fact that anybody is capable of writing anything in a blog, not everybody is capable to be a good writer. It requires talent.
Ah, awesome. It requires talent. Thank you very much. So
Mhm.
you agree with the professor. Thank you.
Yes.
What
Mhm.
about Dario and Leslie?
I agree with what Yolanda says, that
At
the
first,
real problem is nonfiction, regardless of novels and fiction stories that we have, right?
very good, mister. Thank you very much. So Yolanda, you agree with Yolanda? All right, good. What about Leslie? Who do you agree with?
I agree with the professor and Tariq.
Okay, the professor and Tariq. Tariq has only one comment. So nowadays, anyone can publish a novel online. But how do you know if it's any good? All right, very good. Thank you very much. Leslie. And of course, the last question was with whom, and we already said whom. Perfect. Now, do you have any questions, guys, regarding the dialogues, the text, and or the topic? If not, let's continue. Notice how the speakers add a stressed auxiliary verb. Let's mark this, a stressed auxiliary verb, which is do or does, before a main verb to add emphasis to what they say. So what is an example? An example is, it does seem that everyone's writing something these days. So here we have the subject and here we have the verb. But now we are adding an auxiliary, does. Why is that? Because we are adding emphasis, stressing more important information. It does seem that with social media, everybody's writing something these days. It does. So this is giving emphasis to the verb. Okay. Now, let's find more examples, please. Can you help me find more examples?
Yes. On the second dialogue, it says, I do like the fact that anyone can write a blog.
That's right. Is there another one?
Yes, professor. It's la misma. I do think so that it gives impression. It's the same that I mentioned previously.
Is different, right? The first one is I do like.
Okay.
And the
I
verb
do
is,
think so
yeah.
that it gives impression that anybody can be a writer.
Good. So we have that one. I do think. Are there any more? That's it, right? That's it. So what we are doing here, or what they are doing, for example, Elena, she's emphasizing that she likes that fact. Yes. So she's responding to Yolanda's comment. Everybody's writing something these days, like blogs and check-ins and status update. I know I am. But is that a good point or a bad point?
It's an opinion, right?
It's an opinion, and Elena says it's a good point. It's a good thing. And she says, I mean, I do like the fact that anyone can write a blog. So she's emphasizing the fact that she likes that anyone can write a blog. So it's important for her that anybody can write a blog. So it's just emphasis. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to erase everything. And the other one is, I do think, though. What does this mean, though? The opposite.
Pesar, como pesar, it's como
The opposite, a contrast.
contrast. Ajá.
Yes. So I do think, though, then something different than this. So what Elena says, I do like the fact that anyone can write a blog. But professor says, I do think, though, that it gives the impression that anybody can be a writer. But it takes talent to be a good writer, right? So it's an opposite opinion, correct? Okay, let's continue. In conversation, the most common phrases with I do are I do think, I do like, I do know, I do want, I do enjoy, I do believe, I do feel, and I do agree. These are the most common. They are not the only ones. And just to have an example. Yes, let's have an example of this. In conversation, I do think. Let's have a dialogue. Or I can write here, teacher. Ariadna.
Mm.
Why
Tell
didn't
me.
you do your homework?
Oh, I did, but I don't know. I didn't on the web page. I didn't. I don't know. Log in the in your web page.
Wait,
I
thank
did
you.
see it later. I
It-
can see you the picture
thank you.
later if you want. Okay.
No, no, don't worry. It's an example. Don't worry. It's just an example.
I'm sorry. I busted.
Okay. So the Ariana would say, but teacher, I did do my homework.
I did. Yeah.
Yes. So we are adding an auxiliary. What is the auxiliary added? Can you tell?
Did?
Yes, we're adding did. And why are we doing did? Because we are emphasizing, we're stressing that it is a positive and not a negative, right? So emphasizing.
Okay.
So the teacher's dialogue is a question. Ariadna, why didn't you? So you're emphasizing, teacher, I did do my homework. Now, of course, this is in simple past because I gave the example about the homework in simple past. But for example, another example. I can ask Leslie, and it will be the teacher again. Why do you like horror movies? Another question. And Leslie can respond.
No.
But teacher, oh, this is different because I did it different. I do not like horror movies. Wow. There. In this occasion, since this is a negative, what we do is we separate the auxiliary with the negation. And the stress or the emphasis would be in the not. That will be the emphasis. Yes?
Okay, got it.
All right, guys?
Yes.
Okay, Ariadna, Leslie? If not, we're going to give more examples, but hold on. Read the conversations. Uh-oh. I think Ariadna has a problem. Yes, she's having problems with her internet. Read the conversations and add the auxiliary verbs do or does to add emphasis where possible and make any other necessary changes. Go ahead, guys. You can work in teams right now and do the changes here on the computer. Please.
Okay.
Okay, Leslie, work with Darío. Work as a team.
Okay, perfect.
I will be right back. Yes, go ahead, mister.
On the first one, I think is on letter B. It says, yeah, I think it could be there. And I do think it's hard to
All
find.
right, good. Can you write it? Can you make the note? Perfect, Leslie. Thank you. Can you use a blue or green color, please? Something noticeable. And you can type too, Darío. Are you on a computer or a cell phone?
I'm on a computer.
Great. You can type. You know how?
Okay, perfect. Yes.
Awesome. Yeah, go ahead and type. I will be right back in just a minute. Okay, guys? All right, I'll be right back.
What do you think here, guys? On the second dialogue?
Yes, I agree with you.
Okay. But I'm not really sure about the first one because it's a first impression, a first opinion. So I'm not sure about it. I mean, it says you know what I hate? Microblogs. I feel they're a waste of time. It's like a first impression, a first opinion. I'm not sure about it, but I think the second one is correct. I do enjoy reading. What do you think?
Sorry, can you repeat that, please?
Oh, I'm saying that on the first example here, I'm not really sure if there is a, we have to put an auxiliary verb there. Well, let's leave it that way. What do you think about the third one?
Hi, guys.
Hello.
Ariadna is back. Hi, Ariadna. She hasn't been able to set up her microphone. Yes, there she is. Hi, Ariadna.
Hi, I got a problem with the computer now. I'm going to log in with my cell phone. So,
Oh, okay. All right. So what your classmates are doing, they are reading these dialogues and checking where can they add an auxiliary verb to add emphasis. Go ahead and work with them. Yes. Share
Okay.
opinions and compare answers. Yes. Go ahead.
thank you.
All right. How are you guys doing?
Well, a few questions there.
Go ahead, mister.
For example, on the third dialogue, on letter B, it says, but it seems like that's a problem. I think that there you can add a auxiliary verb there. Does seem is correct.
Yeah. Is it? What change can you make, or do you need to make? If you add this does, then what happens to this verb?
We crossed out the S.
Yeah. All right. Are you guys finished? Okay. Let's listen to the conversations and let's check your answers. Okay.
One.
The problem with many of the blogs you read is that they're very poorly written.
Yeah, I do think it's hard to find ones that are well written. Some do have good content, though.
2. You know what I hate? Microblogs. I do feel they're a waste of time and not worth reading.
Well, I do follow some celebrities. I do enjoy reading their thoughts on life.
3.
I do believe that people are much less afraid of writing now. I know I am. It used to be so hard to get your work published, but not anymore. The internet really does make a difference.
But it does seem like that's the problem. Anyone can get their work out there.
4.
It's interesting how new kinds of writing have come about in recent years. Like those cell phone novels that started in Japan. It does make you wonder why they became so popular.
Yeah, it does seem unlikely that people would want to read books on a cell phone.
Okay, guys, so check your answers.
We missed a few.
Yeah, you missed a couple. That's correct.
Yes. Me too.
Would you go ahead and write them down? Write down whatever you missed. Take out whatever is extra, and let's check again. All right, is that it? Yeah, are you finished, guys? Or are you working on it?
I think we're finished.
Okay, okay.
In the fourth one, no, the third one in letter B, but it does seem, if that's correct, it doesn't seem that's a problem. It doesn't seem.
Well, you can write your answer on the side. You can use a different color. Yes, for example, here next to it, right there, you can type your answer right there, and we'll check in the audio in a second again.
Okay. Okay. Escribo. Ay, Dios.
Don't worry, take your time. Let me know when you're finished and ready for the audio.
Okay.
All right, let's listen up, okay? Let's listen to the audio one more time.
Thank you.
1.
The problem with many of the blogs you read is that they're very poorly written.
Yeah, I do think it's hard to find ones that are well written. Some do have good content, though.
2. You know what I hate? Microblogs. I do feel they're a waste of time and not worth reading.
Well, I do follow some celebrities. I do enjoy reading their thoughts on life.
3.
I do believe that people are much less afraid of writing now. I know I am. It used to be so hard to get your work published, but not anymore. The internet really does make a difference.
But it does seem like that's the problem. Anyone can get their work out there.
4.
It's interesting how new kinds of writing have come about in recent years. Like those cell phone novels that started in Japan. It does make you wonder why they became so popular.
Yeah, it does seem unlikely that people would want to read books on a cell phone.
Perfect. So let's check some answers, guys. The first one we have is do. I do think is correct. Some do have good content though. Good. Number 2, microblogs. I do feel they're a waste of time. I do follow. I do enjoy. Very good. Next, number 3. I do believe. Great. I know I am. Very good. The internet really makes. All right. So here we have does make. Yes, does make. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to cross out make. And we have this. It really does make a difference. Very nice. So this is correct. And then it does seem. So one more time, I'm going to cross this out. And not a question mark, right? We don't need it. So it does seem like that's the problem.
I used a question mark.
I know.
Yes, I wasn't sure about it.
But it didn't need it, right? In the conversation, in the audio, is not needed. It's not a question. It's actually a statement. It does seem like that's the problem. And number 4. It does make you wonder. So I'm going to take this out. It does make you wonder why they became so popular. Yeah, it does seem, and I'm going to cross out seems. So it does seem unlikely that people would want to read books on a cell phone. Okay, perfect. So we are finished. Now, which sentence do you agree with? We have many different opinions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 different opinions. Who or what do you agree with?
I'm agree with the third one.
All right. When you use the verb agree.
I do agree with the third one.
Awesome, thank you. You do agree. Awesome, you do agree with the third one. Nice. What about you, Leslie and Rio?
Sorry, what was the question?
Which sentence or opinion, view, or standpoint do you agree with?
Oh, the third one, I think. Yeah.
The third one too? Perfect. And Leslie?
Yeah. Which the one?
With number 1?
Yeah, number 1.
A or B?
A.
Okay, very good. Number 1A. Thank you very much, guys. Now, practice the conversation with a partner, giving your own responses. Okay, these are is the same conversation with the different response. It will give you a chance to respond with your own opinion. Remember to add emphasis by adding an auxiliary verb before the main verb. For example, let's everybody check number 1. The problem with many of the blogs you read is that they are very poorly written. What do you think? Do you agree? Do you disagree? Do you have another point of view?
With anyone?
Yeah, all of you.
Okay. With the first one, I would say that I do think that there are a lot of poorly written blogs, but there are also a lot of very good blogs that you can read, and they're very pretty good written.
Pretty well written, right?
Pretty well, yes. Thank you.
Pretty well written. Yeah, I know. Ladies, what do you think?
I do agree with that. There are
Nice.
some blogs what are not pretty well graded and not have a lot right information.
That don't have, you mean?
Don't have.
That don't have the right information. Okay, thank you. What about you, Ariadna?
Practice e-commerce with your art. Okay, sorry, I have to get out for a minute. The problem, I do think it's hard to find ones that are well written. Some do have
Yes.
some good content, so.
But what is your opinion?
Yes, I do agree with that because sometimes people has or write whatever they want without no hesitation at all, about no investigation at all, or to be informed about the subject. And this could be a problem because the information could be misunderstood, and there's going to be misinformation. There's not a proper, there's not right, accurate information, the right one, accurate or the right one.
Accurate information, yes, that's
Accurate
right.
information or the right one. So the people, for example, Wikipedia, it's a web page, yes? You can find any subject and they talk about, and they, I don't know, you can take knowledge of anything, but sometimes this page is misunderstood because there's not the right the accurate information for me. Wikipedia for me sucks.
Because Wikipedia can be easily edited by anyone, right?
Yeah, that's a problem, and they put wherever they want, the people, wherever they please, the information, and that's a big mistake at the end.
You know, one problem with Wikipedia is that even though I know it's not accurate, I do use it.
Yeah, people, I don't know, you have to search other found information,
sources, other information sources.
Sources,
Yes.
okay.
All right, thank you guys. Continue. You have number 2, 3, and 4, please.
Me?
You and your classmates, Ariadna, Darío, and Leslie, please.
Okay. Let's see how they continue. Go, Darío and Leslie, please.
Another one? For example, on the fourth one, it says, it's interesting how new kinds of writing have come about in recent years, but even though they seem to be different, I do think they all are the same. Is that what we have to do? Or because I missed.
Which one was it, mister?
Number 4.
Number 4. Sure. All you gotta do is say, talk to your classmates and say, hey guys, number 4. It's interesting how new kinds of writing have come about in recent years, and continue with your opinion. So everybody knows what we're talking about.
Okay. Okay, guys. So do I have to say it?
No, just ask your classmates what they think, or if they need you to repeat your sentence.
Okay, guys. What do you think about the fourth one?
I don't think it's really interesting how that's happening, because in the past we have to buy a book or something, and now you can watch or in whatever writing.
Okay. What else, Ariadna?
Well, interesting. Okay, yes. Just give me a sec, please. Thank you. Es la 14, ¿verdad? 15. Ajá, 14, ok. It's interesting because it's the technology, is the evolution of technology. But at the end, I prefer to read some good, a real paper book. I don't know. I don't know. Reading a little screen, it's so damaging for you view. That's what I think.
Okay, I guess you guys are finished, right?
Yes, I have already finished. We have already finished, I think.
Okay, thank you very much. Dario, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Leslie? Okay, let's check out the next part, please. I want you to, let's all look at the picture on the computer, looking at the presentation I have for you. So if you have the book, please hide it, close it, turn it around, do whatever you can. So let's focus on the screen. We have a strategy plus. If so, if not. Can you read, Ariadna, please?
You can use if so, especially in formal speaking. It means if the answer is yes or if this is the truth.
Are you reading the book?
No, why? I'm reading
Okay.
this.
The computer screen. Awesome. What about the example, Leslie?
Are there any implications of this for literature? And if so, what?
All right, so what we have here, if so, but what does this mean if so? If so is very formal, but what is it? It means if the answer is yes, or if this is true. So the answer here in the example, we have a question. Are there any implications of this in literature? If so, so it means if the answer is yes, then what? What are the implications?
What are the implications? What they are, no?
No, well, it would be, what are they? If
What
so,
are they?
if this is true, what are they? What are the implications?
What
So
are they?
if so means if the answer is yes.
Es como decir en español, it's like saying in Spanish, si es así, ¿cuál
There
es?
you go. Perfect.
Okay.
And we have if not. If not means if the answer is no. Or if this is not true.
Okay.
Example. And if not, then does that mean anything goes? You can also use if not to restate something with more emphasis. So we need to restate. For example, that's just as important. That means, what does as mean? Who has an idea what does the word as mean in this sentence? It means equally. That's what it means. That is just equally important. That's what as means. And we're restating this. If not more important. What does that mean? Okay. It means if it's not more important, if it's not more important, it's just as important. Okay. So let's have a couple of examples with this. With a negative, if not. Studying is important. Doing your homework is important. All right, guys. So what is more important?
Studying.
Studying is more important. Okay, very
Yeah.
good.
Yes, studying.
Studying is more important. Very nice.
Podría ser, doing your homework is not important than studying.
I think you're trying to say something different.
Okay.
You're comparing, but we're not comparing. We're giving an opinion on what is more important. So it could be like this.
Okay.
Doing
as important, if not more important. My fingers. Yes, now we're saying that they are equally important. Studying is equally important. If not, that means if in case is not more important.
Okay.
Yes? Mr. Daddy. Oh my goodness.
yes, 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 yes.
Ariadna, do you have an alarm clock going off? Okay. In conversation, if not, is more frequent. Listen to 5 students. I'm sorry. Listen to 5 students' concerns about researching information online. This is something like what Ariadna was saying, you know, about the accuracy of the information online. For example, Wikipedia. So the students are concerned. Number the professor's responses, 1 through 5. Now you can look at the computer screen or you can look at your book. The important thing to do is listen to the audio and write the number of the response in the correct order as you listen to them, okay? Yeah, let's do number 1. Let's do number 1 all together.
1.
You know, everyone uses the internet to research information for papers and everything, as I do. But I do think it's a problem sometimes because often you just don't know the source of the information or the source is unclear.
There. That's what the student said. Now, what is the professor's response? A, B, C, D, or E?
I would say that is B.
B, that's number 1. Ladies? Ariadna and Leslie, do you agree? Or do you have a different opinion?
I agree.
I'm
Okay.
agree too. I'm agree too.
I agree.
I agree too.
Yes, all right, thank you. Now, let's listen again from the start.
1.
You know, everyone uses the internet to research information. information for papers and everything, as I do. But I do think it's a problem sometimes because often you just don't know the source of the information or the source is unclear.
2.
I do know that some students take information they find online and just copy and paste it straight into their own essays. I know they do, but isn't that cheating?
3.
It's sometimes confusing when you read about research studies on the internet. Sometimes different researchers get different, if not contradictory, results.
4.
The thing is, there's so much information out there, and I do think a lot of people find it difficult, if not overwhelming. Sometimes I even panic when I have to research and write something because there's so much to read.
5.
One problem with all this information on the web is that people think they can become an expert at something. Like people look up a medical problem and decide what's wrong with them. I know I have.
Okay, so we heard the 5 responses. Now all you gotta do is share your answers and discuss why.
Well, I think the second one is E.
I'm sorry, mister. I'm not sure what's happening with Ariadna and Leslie. Okay.
Okay. Could you record her? If you could please you put the record again, please.
The audio.
The audio again, please. Sorry.
Sure.
Please. Thank you, teacher. Sorry for
1.
inconvenience.
You know, everyone uses the internet to research information for papers and everything, as I do. But I do think it's a problem sometimes because often you just don't know the source of the information or the source is unclear.
2.
I do know that some students take information they find online and just copy and paste it straight into their own essays. I know they do, but isn't that cheating?
3.
It's sometimes confusing when you read about research studies on the internet. Sometimes different researchers get different, if not contradictory, results.
4.
The thing is, there's so much information out there, and I do think a lot of people find it difficult, if not overwhelming. Sometimes I even panic when I have to research and write something because there's so much to read.
5.
One problem with all this information on the web is that people think they can become an expert at something. Like people look up a medical problem and decide what's wrong with them. I know I have.
Okay, please share your answers. Compare, decide, discuss.
Okay, guys. Do you have number 1B?
Yes, I have one B.
Number 2E?
Right. Yes.
You're right.
Okay. Number 3D?
Right. Exactly.
Okay. Number 4A?
Yes.
Number 5C?
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
We
We
have the
all
same.
agree. I do see. We all agree.
Okay, so let's check it out. You said 2 is E
Yes.
and 3?
3
is
is D.
D.
Mhm.
The 4
4A,
Okay.
and 5?
5C.
C. Perfect. That's very good, guys. That's all correct. And discuss the problems. What are the problems? Do you remember what are the problems?
Well, so when I do the APTIS or SENI exam, they ask you write a kind of essay. So
No,
the program,
these problems.
yes, for example,
Yeah, go ahead, continue.
well, when I need to develop the skill to decide what is relevant and what is not, in order not to lose time, to waste my time when I write an essay. That's my problem. One of my main problems. I used to waste a lot of time when you have a limit. That's my problem. I don't know the others, Daddy, you and Leslie.
Well, on that one, the audio says that there are a lot of sources and information on the internet. So that's the concern of the one that is speaking on the audio.
Yeah, that's right.
All right, so how about this? You need to develop the skill of deciding what's relevant. What do you guys think?
I agree with that because when I'm doing my homework, I have to decide what is relevant and what is not because there are a lot of sources and you have to read a lot and be, I don't know if you say that, selective, be selective with them.
Be selective, yes.
Selective with them.
That's right, thank you. Anything else, guys? What about this one? You should only use trusted sources for your essays.
Not only for your essays, with a resume, for you, I don't know, report, I don't know, for many things. You need the accurate information.
Accurate, yeah, I know. You need accurate information. That's correct. What about you need to consult a professional? If not, you could damage your health. Okay, next. You need to write that in your paper and describe the different outcomes of each study. Basically, I'm gonna cover what is not needed here. You need to, oh my goodness. You need to describe the different outcomes for each study. This is about the context. The context said that for one investigation, many scientists have different results. So when you have different results, you need to describe the different outcomes, the different results of each study. What do you think? What about the last one? Plagiarism is wrong, if not dishonest.
Yes, when you cut and you paste, when you cut and paste.
Copy and paste. Copy, paste.
Copy and paste, I don't know, the paragraph or for doing I don't know, sort of report or something, an essay. And it's easy, I don't know, to, I don't know, copy and paste phrases, no? But the whole phrases or the whole paragraph could be misunderstood.
Absolutely. All right. So now we're going to, for the last activity of the book, which is the listening activity, listening and strategies, the blogosphere. Guys, what is the blogosphere? The blogosphere is blogging and social media. The blogosphere, blogging and social media. What is the blogging? The biggest social media blogging nowadays?
Instagram, I think.
Which one?
Instagram.
Instagram, okay. Guess the missing words and numbers on the slide. Then listen to a part of our presentation. Guess the missing words and numbers. Number 1. 2/3 of blogs are written by what?
Unprofessional.
Unprofessional? Okay. Number 2. What's the percentage of bloggers that are between the ages of and
Maybe 80% of bloggers.
80% of bloggers are between the ages of?
I don't know, 20, I don't know, 18 to 30.
18 to 30. What about 3? Bloggers are also more? No ideas. No idea. So let's leave it like that. Next, what percentage of bloggers spend how many hours or more a day on blogging?
90%.
90%. Spend how many hours?
6 hours, let's say.
6 hours a day or more a day blogging. And the
Is
last
that too
one.
much?
I think it is, but I'm not sure. So let's check. 72% say they don't receive any
payment.
All right, now let's listen to the audio and check.
Are there any questions? If not, let's move on and look at blogging. As you all know, there are literally millions of blogs on the internet, and they are being read by millions and millions of people on a daily basis. So bloggers have a huge reach and are able to access huge numbers of readers, something writers of any literary material would dream of. So let's look at who the bloggers are and why blogging has become so popular. Well, first, let's look at some of the facts about blogging. 2/3 of blogs appear to be written by men, so it does seem to be mostly a male activity, which in itself is interesting. Additionally, blogs are largely written by younger people. Indeed, 60% of blogs are written by people between the ages of 18 and 44. And this data is something that I will refer back to later in the presentation, and I will examine the possible reasons behind these trends. So, male, largely written by younger people. Furthermore, bloggers also tend to be more educated. In fact, the majority of blogs are created by college graduates, so it does seem that the blogosphere is dominated by young, educated males. A small but sizable percentage of bloggers, around 15% in fact, spend a huge amount of time blogging, 10 hours each day, if not more. So some people are indeed extremely dedicated to this activity. As far as their motivation for blogging is concerned, the reasons for blogging do appear to be quite diverse. It does seem that only a relatively small proportion of bloggers report writing blogs as a source of revenue or income. As many as 72% report that they do not generate any income as a result of their blogging activities. So in this sense, these bloggers can be considered as hobbyists, people who write as a hobby, if not for fun.
Okay, guys, so compare your answers, please.
They're almost wrong. Almost every is wrong.
So number one, 2/3 of blogs are written by
Men.
Men.
men. Next, 80%.
I don't remember. Okay.
What?
60%.
60%. Okay.
60% of bloggers are between the ages of
18 and 44.
18 and 44.
I only guess one.
Next, bloggers are also more
Educated.
Educated.
educated. Next,
50% of bloggers spend 10 hours or more a day blogging.
60?
No, 50.
50. 50. And how many hours?
10 hours.
10. And the last one?
Income.
Income. All right, let's see what time is it. All right, it's time for break, guys. Let's go to break. Let's come back in 20 minutes. And then after 20 minutes, we'll check this out, okay?
Okay, I have to leave. Thank you for the class.
Thank you, mister. Have a great day, and I'll see you next week.
See you guys.
See you.
Bye, mister.
Bye.
All right, ladies, let's go to break. I'll see you in 20 minutes, okay?
Okay, yes.
All right, thank you.